Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 75. It is a little bit after 1 a.m. I was able to move on to another casino. This is part 2 of our 2-day trip, our overnight trip. So this is part 2, starting at midnight and going on till the end of the day. It is still raining here. It's still 55 degrees. The weather's not very nice, but what are you going to do? Most of our work is inside anyway. You're going to be outside in the parking lot for a few minutes, and that's about it. So, overall, I've been feeling a little bit tired today. I got off to a start that was 7 hours late, which means I didn't have as much opportunity to make money. Also means that I was tired before I got to my second casino today, so it was not the greatest situation to start with. But I was able to deal with it and move on with my life and take things one step at a time and make money. And as of about midnight, I think I was up about $17.50 for the day, and I moved on to another casino. I just left that casino. I had a short trip in that casino. I played this casino earlier today, and I kind of screwed up. I came back on the same shift, and I had bought in for $4,300 earlier today, and I got the same pit boss and the same dealer. So I bought in for $500. Eventually, I was in for about $1,500. Got it up to about $2,000, and decided it probably makes a lot of sense for me not to stay there, because I was actually over the $5,000 buy-in limit that they have before they get surveillance on the person. So I really didn't want to deal with any of that. I wasn't feeling great. I was a little bit tired. I had walked into the casino and had a rough time with some slots right away, and I was down about $400 right away, and I ended up walking with the $500. And then oh boy, did I just lose the amount? No. Okay. And then I did play slots again. I found a couple decent plays, and they paid pretty well for once today. Everyone else has been paying me $1 everywhere I go, but I did have some good variance, and I got all that money back, and I ended up ahead $343 on the slots. So plus $500 on the blackjack, plus $343 on the slots, and that makes me feel a little bit better about this trip. So we're already up, whatever, $843 for the new day. I'm only an hour into the day, and I am moving on to another casino. I know I should be thinking about where I'm going to sleep, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I may take a quick nap in a parking lot somewhere, and other than that, I think I'm going to work all the way through, and I'll be completely beat by tomorrow night. But tomorrow night I have to sleep early because Friday I have another trip that I'm going on. So I'm just going to try to take care of myself as much as I can when I'm not on the road. I'm trying to eat better food, but it's difficult to do on the road. Still working on setting up that good diet that I had planned on starting, but not quite there yet. So anyway, I'm pulling into another parking lot right now. I am going to go in and see what I can do. I don't expect much, but who knows, something good may come of this, and then we'll figure out where we're going to go from here. So for now, I'm letting you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. Man, it's been totally different than last week. Last week, things were going so well the whole time. I mean, I'm lucky that I didn't get destroyed this week, honestly, because the way the cards were coming out, it's just been awful all day and yesterday. So right now, it's 3 a.m. I'm just leaving that casino. I spent about an hour on slots and about an hour and a little bit on blackjack. And let's see, starting with the slots, I was close to even for a long time, down about 20 or 30, and then I played one machine and I was down about 375. Looked around, picked up a little here and there, you know, started recovering, got to 200 away, 100 away, and then pretty soon I'd recovered all of it. I was ahead $20, and I was good. I was taking one more lap around, and I found one other one that I wanted to play, and sat down at that one, and that one just started eating me alive too, and luckily it turned out okay. And at the end of that session, I was ahead $214 on the slots. So then I go to play blackjack, and for a long time I kept going back, and there's cards in the discard tray, the other table is reserved, cards in the discard tray, and I kept going back and there's no change. Finally I take a look, there's only about 3/4 of a deck in the discard tray. I said, I'm just going to go for it. So I went back there, and that shoe was okay. I was about even at the end of that shoe. The next shoe, I saw some pain. I lost about 15 to 1700 on that shoe, and I stayed at that level for 2 or 3 shoes, really, down anywhere from 1500 to 2000. And after, I don't know, a lot of shoes, it seemed like things finally started turning around. I had one shoe that got me $100 away from even, and then back down again about 1500, and back and forth. And I could tell that they're getting ready to close up the high limit. So this place doesn't get a lot of action, even at daytime. So at nighttime, they've just been sitting around. And part of it was they had that one table reserved, gigantic reserved sign, and nobody ever showed up. And they're just standing there wasting a dealer. And they were doing some other stuff, fixing things and stuff back there. So they were keeping pretty busy, but it looked like they were ready to pack up. And I was getting a little bit exhausted being at that table. I finally did break even on that table, but it took the last 3 hands of getting really good cards. Luckily, getting really good cards, because I had a negative count and I was just betting table minimum just to get by. And either way, I told the dealer, if I'm up or down anywhere from, you know, down 300 or 400 to up anything, I was going to leave. And I ended up ahead $105. Don't ask me how. It was weird why I ended up with the $5, but I did end up plus 105 on the blackjack, plus 214 on the slots. And now, like I said, it's about 3 a.m. So what do? I don't have a hotel room. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to another casino. I don't know if I'll play anything, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I might take a quick nap in the car, 15 or 20 minutes. I haven't decided yet. Right now, I'm feeling okay. I don't know how sharp. I guess I have to say I'm pretty sharp, because when I thought I wasn't, I kind of double-checked myself, and I seem to be okay. So if I do get a chance to play some blackjack, I probably will at this next place, although I don't want to play any high limit right now. I would rather have a bigger spread and do low limit right now than high limit and just get into a situation where I may be tired and I don't realize it. But I think I'm okay. Just don't want to take that chance. So we're going to look at some slots. We're going to look at some blackjack. I've got a couple drinks here. I got a cranberry juice from the last place, at least a little bit of vitamins, and I have a slice of pizza left here. I'm going to go ahead and eat that, and then I'm going to go into this casino, and I'll be back. Alright guys, 5 a.m. is quickly approaching, and I'm not feeling very happy. Just haven't been able to make money. I haven't had incredibly bad variance, but just haven't had anything good happening. So in this case, I was spreading from 50 to 300 and played for about 50 minutes on the table, and from the first hand was losing, and pretty much until the last 10 or 15 hands, I was negative the whole way through. Wasn't making any money at all, and came back at the end again. It's like the same old story today, over and over and over again. Get buried, get back to even, leave, get buried, get back to even, leave. I ended the session, I had $150. I played slots for about 45 minutes, looking, finding small plays, tiny plays, and ended up ahead $34 on the slots. So it's just been agony. What's worse is right now there's a big storm outside, which I'm about to drive into here in a second. And it's going to affect my day today. I was going to drive a couple hours to another area, to casinos there, but I just feel like with the bad weather coming in and the lack of sleep, and I've got meetings in 4 hours and I haven't slept yet, 3 hours, I just didn't think it would be a good idea. So I'm going to stay in the local area here. There is a shift change that should have just happened at one of the casinos, because they do theirs a little bit earlier. Really, all of them really should have by now. So it is possible to get another group of people, but am I in a position to do it? Maybe go take a look, and I don't know if I'm going to play or not. I don't know. It's one of those things. What am I up today so far? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10, 1,300. I guess that's pretty decent for 5 a.m., but it doesn't feel like it. I guess I'm up about 3,000 overall for the last, almost 24 hours of being in this area. Tired. More bored than anything else. I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm sitting around. In fact, right before I left this casino, I was checking some machines and someone called me over, and it was the guy I was supposed to meet with yesterday, and we didn't get a chance to meet, but he was checking certain machines, and they're ones that I gave up on a long time ago because they're so slow and it's so hard to find something and it pays so little. But he checks those with a friend of his, and they were checking them, and it's amazing when you've been doing something for years. These guys have been doing these things for years, how fast they can check these machines. These are pretty complicated machines where you have to go into multiple menus to be able to see what you need to see, and they're able to tab through amazingly. So not even actually clicking the item, but by using, like, I don't know, some kind of weird way that they did it to use like arrow keys somehow. But they were checking that stuff, and we talked for a few minutes, and I said, look, I'd like to keep talking to you, but I've been up for a long time, and I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm talking to you, if I'm not using the time to its fullest at this point. So I let them go, and I am moving on to another casino, and we'll see how I feel after this casino. If I feel awful, I might head home. If I feel good, I might stay in the area. Who knows? So stay tuned, and I'll be back to update you. While I'm still driving here, holy moly. Whoa. I don't know if you heard that water. Wow. What was I going to say? I lost my concentration there. One thing that's plagued me today is, with the exception of maybe one dealer, I've had incredibly slow dealers today too, which makes things worse, and they all want to talk and they all want to give you advice. So that hasn't helped much, but I have been getting pretty decent penetration. For the most part, about 1.25, maybe 1 in some cases. So that's pretty decent in my opinion. There's places that you can get more, but looking back, the ones that gave me the best pen were the ones that I had the biggest swings on, which makes sense. Obviously, I've talked about that in other podcasts, that the less cards that are left, the bigger the swings are. and you can just pick some cards out of a deck, just cut the deck or something, and count what you have in there, and you can imagine the kind of swings that you can have if you have, you know, all small cards or all big cards or whatever at the end, the kind of variance that you can have. Anyway, I'm tired, can't talk right now, so I am going to walk a little. I'm going to get some iced tea that has a little sugar in it, and you know, perk up a little bit, and we're going to look at some slot machines and maybe play some blackjack. So I'll be back after this. All right, guys, I am back. You'll notice that it's a lot quieter right now around me, and that's because when I went into this next place, after I played, I saw a friend in there, and he had a room at this place, and he said, why don't you go up and just take a nap or something before you continue on. So I appreciate that. So I'm up here in the room, probably going to take about an hour or 45-minute nap, and then I got to start getting my stuff ready for work. So I did play blackjack there, but again, terrible, absolutely terrible. Pretty much the same identical situation as the other places. In fact, earlier I ended up ahead 105 at a place. I don't think I've ever ended up ahead 105. I ended up ahead 105 again at this place, which is really weird. Just couldn't get anything going. This one was about 50 minutes long. So let me see, the last three have been an hour, 50, and 50. So that's almost 3 hours. And I've only made combined like $360. So that has not been good. So I'm going to get a little bit of rest here and then log into all my work stuff and get started on that. And I'll be back to update you in a little while. All right, guys, I am back. So as I was looking around this last casino, I ran into a friend of mine, and he gave me his room key, and I went up to the room and I relaxed for about an hour or so, and then got back down to the casino. I looked for a game to play, but really could not find any blackjack to play, could not find any slot machines to play. The only blackjack table I saw that was a possibility was about a third of the way through the shoe. They were not going to switch it out, and the pit boss had already seen me twice on his shift, so I didn't think that would be a good idea. So I went back to the car, got some work done. I have a meeting coming up in about 10 minutes. I'm getting paperwork and, little things done for that. And then I will have an hour break and then another meeting. And then from there I'll have a couple hours available. And then 2 more meetings after that. So, at least. So, very busy morning. So far, I got about an hour or 45 minutes of sleep. And I couldn't play anything else. So I got work done. I'm moving to the next casino as we speak, and once I get there I will do 2 meetings back to back, and then I will go into the casino and try to find something to play. The shift will be changing about an hour after that, but I think I'm okay at that casino to play right away. And then of course I want to get my clothes changed at least, so I'm not wearing the same stuff I was wearing yesterday, and then we'll play. So that's what's going on right now. I can tell you that yesterday I walked about 14,000 steps, and today, right now, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've already walked 8,000 steps, so it's going to be another long one today. But looking forward to getting some more playtime in and earning that EV, and I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, guys, I am back. So I went to another casino, and I couldn't find a table to play, and they promised me that they would be opening one soon, and I said, no thank you, I'm fine, I'm just gonna walk away. I took a walk around a couple times, really found zero to play. I didn't put my money in any machines, didn't do anything, and then finally went back to the blackjack area, and found a table, sat down. I won the first 8 hands, and I was like, wow, blackjack's pretty easy. You just put your money out and you make money. And then I lost 8 hands, and then I won a hand, and then I lost a bunch, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is why this game is hard. So I played there for a while, about 45 minutes or so, 40 minutes, and I was in positive territory pretty much the whole time. I was down 300 or 400 at one point, but other than that, was in pretty good shape. I don't know if you can hear the rain outside, but it's raining pretty hard here. And then finally ended up leaving ahead 700. I was ahead more than that, but I just couldn't get back up there, and I was starting to run out of time. So now I have a choice to make. I did 2 meetings already, 2 or 3 meetings already today, and I still have 3 more. Plus I have to call someone back and take care of some personal business. And I'm thinking, do I really want to try to hit one more casino one more time? Because the one I would try to hit, I've already been to a few times, and I was actually there on this shift yesterday. So I'm considering it, but I'm not positive. So for now, I'm going to let you go. Plus 700 on the blackjack. I'm heading toward that casino. It's not too far out of my way. I'm going to make a few phone calls, and depending on how the calls go, I'll either play some more blackjack or head toward the direction of home and hit some casinos on the way back. So letting you go for now. I'll be back to update you soon. Okay guys, I am back. So I did make one of the phone calls, took care of some things, and got all these things wrapped up, these little side things wrapped up. And I did decide to go into the casino. I walk into the casino, I go to play blackjack, and they have like Spanish 21, and then they have 2 high limit blackjack tables, and both of them have people on them. And then there's about 15 people that have been playing baccarat for almost a day, sitting at the same table. I mean, I'm no better, but at least I think I have an advantage, you know. So I watched baccarat for a while. I looked at slots. I came back. I looked at slots. I came back, and I'm like, okay, now I'm running out of time because now it's going to be decision time. So what I was planning on doing, and what I'm still planning on doing, is leaving the city and heading to another city and get there about 25 minutes before my next meeting. My next meeting is actually an interview, another interview that we're doing for someone on our team, and that is going to should last an hour, although they've been lasting about 40 minutes. So then I would go back into this place and get some lunch, and then head out, and then halfway home I would pull over at a rest area and do another meeting, and hopefully that should be it. There are some other small things I can do while I'm driving, so, and even technically the interview I could probably do it while I'm driving, but I'd like to be pretty focused on that if I can, because we're trying to recruit someone for our team. So if I may go off on a tangent here, when you're recruiting for someone for your team, what kind of a person do you want? Do you want someone who's the best possible person? Do you want someone who's barely qualified? And you say, MW, why would you say something stupid like that? Why would you want someone who's barely qualified? Well, I'll tell you why. Because if you're the most qualified person on the team, then they always need you, and there's no problem with you looking bad because everyone's looking up to you, asking you questions. If you're the least qualified person on the team, then you have to work your butt off to show that, you know, you're worth working there. You know, you're worth hiring and worth keeping. And frankly, at my stage of life, I really don't want to have to prove anything to anyone. If anything, I want people to prove stuff to me. So you have to kind of balance that out. So sometimes, I hate to say it, but sometimes you don't want the most qualified person. You want the person that's going to work hard and that you can assign stuff and that will work well with you without trying to push you or trying to test your skills because they're better than you in some ways. So, you know, maybe that makes me look bad in your eyes, but I feel like that is a smart move when you're hiring somebody. So what happened with the blackjack? Well, as far as the slot machines, I did nothing, and not one spin, nothing. I did see an interesting thing. I saw what I believe is a blind woman playing a slot machine. It was very interesting. Nobody was with her that I could tell, so I don't know if someone led her to the machine and then that's her favorite machine and left her there, they're going to come back. But so she was feeling the buttons, she knew which button did what, and then she would spin it and she would listen closely to hear if she won or lost. So kind of interesting. It's one of the old reel machines with like the 5 reels on it with the 7s and bars and all that. That's what she was playing. I thought that was kind of interesting. So anyway, as far as blackjack, I played for about 35 minutes. It took me a while to sit down at the table because it was busy, and when I finally sat down, the other guy left, and then I ended up leaving when other people came to the table and the shoe ended, and I ended up ahead. Another strange number, $652.50. So plus $652.50 on the blackjack. And right now it is still raining very hard. It's slippery out. There's a lot of traffic, morning traffic. Actually, it's afternoon already. Afternoon traffic, and I'm heading off to another city. It is closer to home, so you know, the better. You know, it's better to be closer to home as you're tired. So I think I got up yesterday morning at 6 o'clock. So that means I've been going for about 30 hours with about 45 minutes of sleep. So by the time I get home tonight, I'll definitely be ready for some sleep. Tomorrow's goal is to hit 1 or 2 blackjack casinos, 2 slot casinos, and try to make 1,000. But we've had a good day so far today. I'll add everything up for the last 2 days and get you a number. So letting you go for now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So you may not hear road noises behind me because I am stuck in some kind of a traffic issue. I don't know what it is. I don't even have everything in my map, so I don't know how long this is. I should probably go ahead and do that. I did get a call back from Caesars, and I am all set to go. So I've got a room for all the nights that I'm going to be in Vegas. And let me see, this traffic jam, 10 minutes, I can live with that. So I have a room for all the nights I'm going to be in Vegas with Caesars and also with this other company. And I also got the confirmation from the Wynn. So I've got 3 different casinos, all in different areas of the Strip. And that way, no matter where I am, I can go there. I have $500 in food from Caesars, $650 in food from the Wynn, plus another $150 if I need it. So what is that? 800 and 500. There's 1,300 there, and the other casino I think is 500. So I've got like $1,800 in food available while I'm in Vegas, and I'll be there for 3 nights. So that'll be. I'll have to figure out, get together with some friends or something and use some of that. I think I can use it at the store also, so I'll get my kids some chocolate and things like that. So just wanted to let you know about that. And yeah, I'm stuck in traffic here. Looks like for a while. I have no clue. Oh, wait a minute. It's actually, looks like the road is closed. So it's a little longer than that. It's actually at least a 31-minute slowdown, and the 10-minute delay is if we get off on the exit and just get off the highway completely. So now it looks like some trucks are pulling over off the road. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I am going to try to get all the way over to get to the exit, get off this road, so that things will work out. I am 27 miles away from the next casino. I have 29 miles of gas. So yeah, we'll have to deal with that here in a minute too. So I'll be back with you. All right, guys, I am back. So I am on the side road, back road thing, and I'm still heading over to the casino. And as it was kind of a slow, comfortable drive in the rain, I added up my winnings for yesterday and so far today. And at this point, I am ahead exactly $4,569.50. So $4,569.50. It's not a bad little trip for an overnight for 24 hours. We're going to try to build on it here at the next casino that we stop at. But I thought I would give you that update, and I'll be back soon. All right, guys, I am back. So I am in a bit of a hurry right now. I actually showed up to this place a little bit later than expected and had to go through that interview process with that guy before going in, and that only left me about 25 minutes before another meeting starting. So, and of course, this guy we were interviewing was lonely because he's been working from home for so long, and he said that, he wants to have human contact again, and it's nice to talk to people, and he went on and on and on, and it was just, I was like, please, let's get done with this so I can go inside and make some money. But anyway, went through all that whole process, and then went into the casino, and at that point, I'm running so low on time, and found one machine to play, played that, actually two machines, played those through, and I was out of time. I had to go to the food area, pick up my food for the week. Got that here in the car, got some drinks, I got a banana nut muffin, and right now I got 4 minutes left until my meeting, so I'm just updating you, let you know what happened before hopping into the meeting. But basically, just with those two plays, I ended up ahead $54. I probably could have made more money, but there was no time to do it. So unfortunately, what could I do? So I made 54 on the slots, got my food, and I'm back in the car. I'm about to get on the highway, and as I'm doing that, I am setting up my laptop, gonna get my my headset on and drive and do the meeting while I have my headset on, because I have zero time right now. So I'm gonna let you go right now. I'm gonna do this meeting. I already got gas, and I am moving on, so I'll be back soon to update you. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head on home. Looks like I have to pick up a kid from practice, so I'm going straight home at this point. Had a good day since midnight, and a good day and a half, plus whatever it was, 46.23, I think, something like that. So, and earlier in the week, we did pretty well also. So the last couple of weeks have been a good comeback. We just have to keep doing the same thing, keep increasing our time in the casinos, working hard, not giving up, not get depressed or upset or on tilt or anything like that, and just keep doing the things that we know are right, and everything will turn out fine. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit easier of a day, but I do have a lot of work to do tonight for the office, and work to do in the morning for the office, and a meeting in the morning, and then after that the day will be ours. I'll be leaving early in the morning tomorrow, and I will see you at that time. Right now, heading home. It's cloudy skies, light rain. It's been raining on and off, heavy rain, no rain, back and forth. Right now, just barely misting, and heading home. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. So if you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you tomorrow.